Alright, welcome back everyone. My name's Aaron, and today we're going to be trying out some OU on Pokemon Showdown. You can play it in the client, but there's a downloadable version to an application, and it's the exact same thing as the online simulator, so I just decided, okay, I'll download it. So I have both if I need to. So this is just a random sand team that I've been playing around with. It has a few random things in it. It has the double sand stream users here with the T-Tar and the Hippowdon. It has special defensive Vaporeon. Hippowdon's physically defensive. Awesome Swords Dance, Scizor, Expert Belt Latios, and a Life Orb Azelf. And this is a Choice Scarf Tyranitar, which works great. He'll probably lead with the Fortress or maybe the Landorus. If this thing's Scarfed, he could lead with the Salamence too, but he doesn't have any weather, so I'll just go straight into Tyranitar. He leads with the Fortress, and I have the Fire Blast on my Scarf set, so I'll just go straight for that. He might be looking out for that, and he might go into Jellicent. But okay, and I miss, and he gets a, okay, that's strange, he gets up a Toxic. But now he's probably going to go into any of the above, except for his Virizion. He'll probably go into his Heatran, so I'll just go into my Hippowdon to get up my rocks. And he does have Sturdy, so he probably wants to set up stuff right now. He'll probably stay in and set up spikes, because he could take a Fire Blast if he needed to. He just goes for a Toxic again. This is one of those times when I wish I had that Lantern on my team, because Lantern is good. Okay. Goes into Salamence, but he just spun the rocks away. I think, yeah. Which is rather unfortunate. I don't know what kind of Salamence this is yet, but Dragon Dance Moxie has been released, so I would assume that's it. So I'll just go straight for the Roar, start some phasing. He actually has Aqua Tail, which is interesting. Goes into Landorus. I'm just healing here, but I am about to die from poison. I really shouldn't have let it get that far. But I guess I'll just go for the Slack Off. If he kills me off, that's fine. He goes for the U-turn. Now he'll have Switch Initiative. But I will have like 60%-ish of health. But now it's going to be like 40 after the Toxic. Maybe 30 some. Yeah, 43. I think I could probably just go back into Tyranitar. No. He'll see that. He probably has an attacking move. Let's see. What have we seen so far? We've seen Stealth Rocks. We've seen Toxic. I don't think we've seen Spikes. No. So I'll just go into Tyranitar, see what he does. He might have Gyro Ball, he might have Volt Switch, don't know what he has yet. He does have Rapid Spin, I remember that part. Okay. So I guess I'll just go for the safe Stone Edge. That brings him down a bit. He goes for the Volt Switch. Just gonna head on out of there. If he has leftovers, then it won't show because he'll be switching out. He'll probably go into this Landorus to get the Intimidate on me. Yeah. And my health slowly going down. I'll just go back into Hippowdon now. If it is a Death Fodder, that's fine. I might go for Superpower. He just goes for the U-turn. That's also fine. Now here he'll probably go into Jellicent or Virizion, because you might want to set up with Virizion. I don't see a whole lot of them anymore. They're one of those really uncommon things in OU right now, but he does bring in the Jellicent. I would assume he's going to go for the Water move, so I'll just go for the Earthquake. This thing doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose anymore. I mean, on second thought, he does have 3 physical attackers that I know of, or actually 2 main physical attackers. But Sand Force boosted. Oh wait, I mean this thing only has Intimidate now. Do I want to keep this around? It'd be a bit tough. I could try and pass a wish to it later, but I think I'll just try and play around it for now. He just goes for the taunt, so yeah, good thing I went for the Earthquake. I'm just going to try and get some damage off. This looks like a physically defensive Jellicent, which would mean that the Heatran's probably specially defensive. And the Fortress is just there to set up hazards and Toxic and whatever else it wants to do. So now he's just going to stall me out. This is fun. It's nice because I'm slower, so it means... Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's nice because I'm slower, and I knew he was going to do that. I thought he was going to go with Salamence, because I can have Switch Initiative after I die. So he goes into Landorus. So I will go into... I think he's Scarf. We haven't seen anything else on here yet. It didn't look like banded damage, so I'll just go into Vaporeon. Probably just go for the safe Scald. Yeah, he just goes for the U-turn. He'll probably go into Jellicent, which has reasonable amount of health. Yeah. Does it have Water Absorb? Yes, it does. Fun, fun. I really wish I had Toxic on this Vaporeon, but I don't have any status moves on this team, I don't think. Yep, I do not. Which is not the best strategy in the world, I would admit. I wasn't really thinking amazingly well at the time. Just sort of a team I threw together. He's going to go for the taunt. He might expect the Crunch or the Pursuit here. He's probably expecting a banded Pursuit. So he's just going to stay in and go for the Water move. So I'll just go for the Stone Edge. If he wants to switch out, I can hit most things safely on his team. That did a decent amount of HP. Decent amount of damage. That did a decent amount of HP. What am I talking about? All right, but now he just wants to sort of fodder it off. I mean, not fodder it off. He's just stalling out. I don't have a whole lot to counter Jellicent, I'm realizing way too late. I guess I could just go for the Stone Edge again and hope for the crit, which is a terrible thing to do if you play competitive Pokemon. You never want to hope for... Well, you always want to hope for the crit, but it's terrible if you win by a crit. So come on, crit hacks. Be nice to me. It might not even take it out even if I get a crit, but please give me the critical hit. No, wow, that did nothing. That was minimum damage right there. So now, he's taken out my two Sand Streamers, and my Scarfer with a Jellicent, and my Phaser with a Jellicent, and my rocks are gone because of his Fortress, and my Fire Blast for the Fortress is gone. This is just great. Well, anyways, now I'm going to send in... I guess I'll send in my Azelf. And I'll just go for the Thunderbolt because I don't think he'll see that coming. And he only has Landorus to take it. He might go into Landorus. He goes into Fortress. That's fine with me. Take him out with that. Which means... Well, he didn't have any other hazards to set up, so that was fine. I guess he was going to try and Toxic things, but that was really unexpected. I was not expecting the Fortress to have Toxic on it. So here he'll probably send in Landorus if it's Scarfed. He might send in Salamence, but I doubt that thing's Scarfed. Yeah, Landorus is probably the most likely switch in. Yeah, there it is. I really don't know if he's bluffing the Scarf at this point. Do I want to chance it? I can counter a whole lot of his team with this Azelf. So I think I'll just go into Vaporeon just to see what he'll do. I think he's just going to go for the U-turn. Obvious U-turn is pretty obvious. I had to hesitate there for a second because if I had said obvious U-turn is obvious and he went for like Earthquake or Substitute, I would have been kind of embarrassed. So now he will probably go into Jellicent. And he goes into Virizion, which is fine with me. I guess he could try and start setting up. I'll just go for the Wish because Ice Beam won't do a ton. Okay, he just goes for the Giga Drain, which is kind of nice because it tells me that he's special, which means he most likely has Focus Blast and HP Ice. Which probably means I could bring in this Scizor right now. Good time to set up with Scizor. I think if the Heat Ran's specially defensive, like I think it is, then I can outspeed with Superpower. Because I have just enough speed EVs on this Scizor. But I'll probably... he's thinking I'm banded right now. So I'm just going to go straight for the U-turn. And he goes for the Focus Blast. Fun. And it hits. And he gets a Spec D drop. Focus Blast always misses for me. Every single time. I don't know how everyone else seems to hit with it. It's really annoying. And I will probably die to rocks on the switch-in. Oh, yay. Oh, well. He can't really take a Psyshock with anyone on his team. So I'll just go for that. He still has this Landorus, which is really annoying, and it's still at full health. I really need something to deal with Landorus. Maybe I'll start running special Tyranitar with Fire Blast, Ice Beam, Superpower, and Pursuit or Stone Edge or something like that. That might be something to try out. Anyways, he just saw me use Psyshock, so he'll probably bring in the... okay, he brings in Landorus, who I still believe is Scarfed. And this is really annoying. So I'll just go into Scizor as Death Fodder, just to see what he does. And he just goes for the U-turn. This is not a position I would like to be in. But I guess I'll just go into Latios because I can probably take a hit. And I'll just go straight for the Draco Meteor. Will I? No, I won't. He's going to go for the U-turn. He'll most likely go into Jellicent or Heat Ram. So I will go for, which is a great defensive core right there. I'm going to go for the Surf. Hoping, oh, what? Come on. That definitely mattered. He's not banded, and I know that. Now it's just lagging. He sends out Jellicent. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so this is pretty much a good game. I only have a couple more hits of Life Orb, even if I can take out this Jellicent. Yeah, and then there's this weird thing on Showdown right now where it says ladder server overloaded. Ladder cannot be updated. So I guess since I lost, I have to forfeit. Oh. Okay. So I left. So, yep. I don't know how long it's been. I guess I could do one more. Let's look for another one real quick.